All right, Rory, you're running the gauntlet. This is the gig. You're traveling around being asked the same questions all day.
Yeah.
Let's just hang out and eat something.
Yeah, sounds good.
What have you been doing outside of fighting and family and stuff? What are you doing with your time?
Playing airsoft a little bit. Yeah, I've been liking that.
Yeah, what is that?
It's like paintball.
Yeah.
Well, these things they're like BB guns, but they look like real guns. Some of them operate the same, and it's basically I've been using it for like just training, with just weapons training.
Really? Cool.
Playing rooms.
And where do you do it?
There's places in Montreal. There's places everywhere, really.
Cool.
So that's been fun. Just training martial arts a lot, and that's it.
So now you got to fight Stephen Thompson.
Yeah.
Distance. He seems to play with distance a lot too, right?
Yeah. Well, he's karate, so they're on the distance is farther, but they can close it like that. They can close it very fast. So that's something I have to be aware of, and I'm working on it because it's a new style. I've never competed against that, so I'm working with guys that are doing that, and I'm learning that whole aspect of martial arts, which is fun.
Yeah, I bet it's beautiful to watch. Say you look at Dominic Cruz, for example. His game is very different. It almost feels like he's a one-off. That he built that focus so heavily on that footwork game, way more than other people did, and now guys are having a tough time dealing with it. What do you think when you watch him fight?
Yeah, he's kind of got that. What is it, Willie Pep?
Yeah.
I think had that kind of that style. So yeah, it's very unique in that sense. It's hard to figure out, very hard to hit because of the way he moves it. He moves with his shots from when he comes in, when he actually exchanges and he gets out. So it's just a different angle most people aren't used to seeing.
What do you have?
I'll take a squirrel.
Me too, please. Yeah, awesome. Thank you. Did you see George is doing a TV show about dinosaurs? Have you seen that?
I heard about that today.
Yeah. So GSP is doing a show on the History Channel where he follows around and looks at dinosaur bones and researches into dinosaur stuff.
Okay.
So you go 10 years in the future, you can do a show on something you're really interested in. What are you going to do? Like something you really would, yes, somebody's paying you, but it's also just really fun to go on that adventure.
I'm not sure. Maybe I'd like to go do a military show, learn like different military techniques or something. I think Tim Kennedy does stuff like that.
Have you seen his show?
No.
No, I haven't seen it either. But you would assume that he's doing it as much for the adventure as he is for the job, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And weapons and military tactics and stuff. What area of it are you interested in?
I like guns, and I like being able to handle them, clearing different situations, being confident in those situations, different techniques. Yeah. So, like long range weapons, like sniper rifles and that stuff. I'd love to learn about all that. Close combat, like houses and stuff like that. It'd be cool to learn how to operate different weapons in those scenarios. I think it'd be cool to learn. I find that interesting.
Have you ever got a chance to just hang out and chat with Kennedy or Brian Stann or somebody like that? They probably have crazy stories.
I did actually. I hung out with Brian Stann. Didn't really talk about it, but we got to do a cool adventure with some SWAT training once.
No way. Where was that?
I can't disclose it.
For real?
Yeah, but it was a good experience.
It was in America somewhere. You can't even disclose
Maybe.
that.
It was in North America.
So, and now you can't tell me about that, except for how did that happen? Was it something set up that he set up? Something that was for
with UFC.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, what other cool little? I mean, the UFC gig. Yeah. Cheers.
Yeah. Cheers.
The UFC gig, obviously. You really enjoy fighting. You really enjoy a lot of all of the aspects of being a better martial artist and stuff. Some of this stuff, you're sitting around, I mean, we're getting to have a beer, but for the most part, not bad. For the most part, you're going and doing a gauntlet of people asking the same questions and all that stuff. But there are cool little things like that you've got to do over the last couple of years. What are some other ones?
The SWAT team was very memorable.
Yeah.
Just traveling in general, I've got to go see a lot of cool different places I would have never have went to. a lot of different major cities in America.
Yeah.
I got to go to Ireland recently. So I think the traveling and just meeting different people, and it's cool, you know, and people are always interested, different martial artists are interested to meet you and talk to you. Because you've built your name in the company and stuff like that. So that's been nice. It's been a pleasure to be recognized in the martial arts community and have people reach out to you and stuff. It's nice.
Michael Bisping's in Toronto right now. He's shooting a movie, and I was chatting with him, and I mentioned that we were going to TriStar, and right away he said, I've always wanted to train with Faraz. Have you ever trained with Bisping?
No.
No?
I've got to hang out with Bisping a lot.
Yeah.
I like him.
He's a good dude.
Funny character, yeah. I'm sure he, if I had to fight him though, he probably wouldn't be so nice to me.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing because I've got to chat with him about that before.
Yeah.
And he said, you know, in the old days, old days, probably 3 years ago even, he would say, I want to dislike my opponent.
Oh, okay.
So he would create scenarios in which he was angry at the guy.
Right.
And he found that really helped him. And now that he's sort of studied his own mind and studied combat and stuff, he finds that's actually kind of a waste of energy.
Oh yeah?
What do you think about that?
I'd have to agree for myself personally. I just focus on the martial arts part of it as much as I can. Sometimes it gets a little heated where someone says something that pisses you off.
Yeah.
And lights another fire under you, but most of the time it's I have enough fire inside of me, enough aggression, so I don't really need to get super upset with the guy I'm fighting. It's more just competition and an outlet, and an experience to get through.
If you look at what the UFC title is, it means you're the best in the world. Robbie Lawler right now has the UFC title. We can all say, he or Luke Rockhold or whoever, they're the best right now. But it's also kind of a mechanism to sell fights.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And once you kind of see that aspect, that it's not just you're the number one guy in the world, but it's also a tool to sell fights and get people interested.
Sure.
Is it less important to you now that you look at fighting different, or is it more important to you now?
I would say it's just as important as because it's a symbol, it's an accomplishment that is, it's not just about being the best fighter in the world one night. It's about the ladder, and the ladder isn't just the best fighter gets there. It's the most dedicated, the one who sacrificed the most, the one who really grinded and went through all the tests and the turmoils of being a professional fighter. So it's it's a testament to a martial artist's career to be able to get to that pinnacle. It's not just about being the best or selling fights or anything like that.
You mentioned Safadine. So I'm sure people have asked you about this lots, but after you fought him, and it was a beautiful fight, he's an incredibly talented fighter, he came and trained with you.
Yeah.
Was that really, is that a natural thing to do for you, to have a guy you've already fought come in and train?
Oh yeah, I don't care. I tell Faraz all the time, if I'm going to fight someone in the future, or if I already fought them, it doesn't matter. If they want to come to the gym, feel free. I'm not one of those guys that if they're in my division, I don't know, I'm not like that. If I end up fighting you, I'm fighting Steven, he's been to the gym, it really doesn't matter. We're just martial artists, and if he learned something that I learned, or he watched me train, who cares? In my mind, that he could watch my entire training camp. I'm still gonna go out there and whoop his ass.
Yeah.
So, I guess it's just maybe it's confidence or just not caring. I don't know.
Or just knowing on the night you can achieve greatness. That's what you do. That's what you
basically, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. And how do you do that consistently? How do you know when you go in that tonight you're going to be brilliant?
You never really know. That's where your nerves come in, where, because on any given day you could be bad or good, if you're feeling like when you get in there, you're feeling tight and feeling nervous, where you're a little bit shut down, a little bit stiff. You never know, because you can never have the best performance of your life every night. So, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to have a good experience.
But almost every fight you have had one.
Yep. Almost. Almost.
You're talking about the best experience, like having your best experience. Is it hard when you've had something so brilliant as that virtuoso fight that everybody talks about, you talk about, your last fight, they'll talk about it for years. Do you know you're going to have even greater fights? Do you believe that that's only, you haven't even reached it?
Yeah, I definitely feel I have more to grow, more potential, and better fights to come in the future, definitely, without a doubt.
So I'm going to let you go. We'll finish our beers and I'll let you take off. But,
cheers.
Cheers. So you look at Stephen Thompson, and we know that his outside range, something we were talking about earlier, it's a range he's very good in. If we start catching his kicks early, does that make him, and you can see his kicks as an opportunity rather than a threat, does that change him as a fighter? Does that change his game?
I don't think so. I think he's so experienced with throwing his kicks, and he knows his timing. He knows his time to throw those shots. It's just it's my responsibility to be able to, see my opportunities too. So, it's a battle of wills. It's a chess game. We'll see who prevails, I guess.
It's been fun hanging with you,
All
man.
right.
You're a brilliant martial artist. I really always enjoy talking to you.
Thanks, buddy.
I thought you didn't drink beer somehow. I thought you didn't drink.
No, I drink.
Yeah. Helps you relax.
Yeah.